As long as humans have existed, we've been busy trying to invent things, wanting to learn to fly, figuring out how we could get ourselves off the ground, coming up with some really nifty ideas. And we're constantly improving our lives by building new and different things that are going to meet the needs that we have. So think about if you're going to mix some batter for a pancake, if you are going to peel some potatoes, how can you make your life just a little bit easier? Hello, my amazing artists. You just watched The Most Magnificent Thing, a video read aloud, and we are ready to start making our own magnificent things. So the first thing you need to think about when you're brainstorming your most magnificent thing is, what is it you need? And in that story, the little girl, the lead character, turned out the most magnificent thing that she needed was a sidecar to her scooter. And you're going to think about, what's the thing in your life that you have need of? What's something that's hard? And what could you invent to make it easier? Like how she needed to help get her pet somewhere. When I was little, one thing was hard was that my mom would set these heavy things out on the table at dinner time, like a big bowl of food, heaping with something that was sometimes hot. And she would say to me, "Can you please pass that across the table?" And I would heave that bowl with my hands, and sometimes it was hot. And I thought to myself, there has got to be an easier way to pass things. And as I started to think about this as a kid, thinking, what could make this easier for me? I got thinking about what kind of things people hadn't invented to make it easier to pass a pan of mom's hot lasagna across the table. And I thought to myself, what if these bowls and pans came with wheels? And I always dreamed about, I would want to glue a pair of wheels onto the bottoms of all of these bowls, and they could just sit on some sort of a rack. And then on the other side, there would be another set of wheels, and we would pass this thing across the table. And my job as a kid would be so much easier if only all of these bowls and casseroles had wheels on them, which was my great idea. Of course, my mother thought it was kind of a bad idea because maybe these things would splat right off the edge of the table if I pushed them a little too hard, or maybe they wouldn't steer straight and they would go somewhere else. And what you can do today is you are going to start to think of something in your life that you have need of, something you wish existed. Maybe it's so that you could get to school faster. Maybe it takes you a long time to get ready in the morning. You think about what's hard in your life and a solution to make it easier for yourself. Do some sketching on one side of your paper and then come up with an idea that you think is the just right one. I think it could be just right if I took all the cups in my house and hot glued them to all the toy cars in my house. And then when we wanted to share our food at dinner, I could just push the little toy car across the table, and then everybody would be able to share easily. So what's hard in your life? What could be helpful? What kind of a most magnificent thing can you create to make your life easier? Today you're going to be working only in pencil, and if you need it, an eraser. And the next time that you have art, we're going to start to add color. Make these big, make these drawings wonderful, and have fun.